Hey traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. In this video, I just want to do a quick update on Bitcoin and a few of the other cryptos that I'm in. And I also want to do a very basic overlook on some of the order types that I place. Now, it's a little bit difficult for me to go through all the different trading platforms and explain it on each one, but all the orders are essentially the same. Sometimes I might call it a little bit different. A limit, like a stop order, a stop limit order. I know the different orders, but like there's five that I use, and I'll just go through those basic five now, which are on every single platform and So if you're using Bittrex or Poloniex or BitMEX or like Binance or there's so many different ones around, and they all do it the same, but a fraction different. They all want to be independent, but a market order is a market order. So it doesn't matter which platform you go to; they've got market orders there. So when you go into your charts and your trading platform, there'll be an order book, and then when you go to the order book, you can hit what sort of order you want, and you can do a market, a limit, a stop. And I'm just going to go through some of those now and just kind of explain what they are. So if I was buying, let's just go on the buying side. So if I am in my trading platform and I want to buy, and so I go there to find out, okay, well, I want to place an order. I go into the order book and or the order button, and then it'll ask me what sort of order I want to place. Now, let's say I want to get in the market right now at this very moment. I just think that this market is going to turn around and skyrocket up, and right now. So I need to get in right now, let's say, and so bang, I want to place a market order. So if I'm going to, work out how much I want to buy, and then I go in and I type in how much I want to buy and at what price, I wouldn't worry about putting the price. I just put market, and then it should say market there. And then as soon as you hit the buy button, it will execute at that exact price as a market order. Now, there is a little bit of a difference in that, and that is the bid and the ask. So the bid is the buyers and the ask is the sellers, and so there's always a fraction in price, the difference, and the market makers, that they get to keep that difference in price. That's how they get paid. So as a market order, if you were to put in a market order and say buy now, you would be buying at whatever price that was at that time that you pressed the button. Now, okay, so that's how you get in straight away. Now, let's just say that we were to place another one, and we see that there's a bit of a breakout happened, and we were to buy the red to green, say for example, but that price is up here. So if we were to buy the red to green, the sort of order that we're going to place is a buy stop order. So when you're placing a stop order that's above the price, that means that you want to get into that and you want to own it after that stop price, if it's above your price. So the price at the moment is $2.72. So if we wanted to get in at $2.96, we'll put a buy stop order at $2.96. And as soon as it traded up to $2.96, or like a fraction of a cent above it, it will be converted immediately to a market order and executed exactly at that price as soon as that was hit. So a buy stop is what I do. So let's just say that it's opened up here. I'll just let's just say that it's opened up right here, and then I wanted to place this isn't going to work because that's in the way. But let's just say that it was this one here. We'll just cut these out. We'll just cut those ones out. And we're right here. So I want to place a buy stop order and at the next one. So let's just say the next one opens up and it trades down a little bit and it's red. I can place a buy stop at the open price, or just above the open price, a buy stop order. So as soon as it trades through that red and turns to green, that should activate my buy stop order into a market order immediately, and I should be filled exactly at that price when it passes through that, a buy stop order, which is going to be above the price of whatever it is now. So going through that again, a market order is exactly where the market is right now. A buy stop order is above the price that it is right now. Now, a limit order is when you want to buy lower. So here's, at least I can do one example that's going to be real. So let's have a look at this for a limit order. So let's just say that we think, well, it's bounced there, it's almost bounced there. I think it's going to bounce here again. Now, I can't be in front of the computer. I'm going to walk away. So let's just say. So it's $2.69. Now, I want to place a limit order to enter me into a position at that price if the price reaches that. So let's just say that the price does come down. That limit order that I placed down there would be turned over to a market order as soon as it's activated, and my it will be executed at that price that I nominated, or as close to as soon as it turned to a market order. So they're the sort of entries that I place for getting in. So the first one is at market. The second one is to buy on stop. So when the price trades through that, it will buy on stop as soon as I go to that. There goes one of my alerts. So as soon as it goes through that, like that's the buy stop. A limit order is to pick you up below the price. So there we've got 3 different buy orders that I use, and they're pretty much the only ones that I use. So now let's go to selling. So the market can be used also as selling. So if you go in and type in, like however many you've got, I would actually go in and highlight how many you own, and then go into the order, the amount you want to transact, and then I would paste however many, because a lot of the times you'll get these, because they're bid and asked, they take a fraction of a dollar away from you each time you trade. And so that means you'll be left with fractions of cents left after you trade, unless you highlight, copy and paste into how much you want to sell. Then you'll get the accurate, and you'll end up with a zero balance at the end of it. Otherwise you'll end up with scrappy balances with $half and like lots of shrapnel and stuff, which you don't want. So that is the one for the immediate in and out is the market. And so now let's say that I want to sell, I want to stop loss. So if I now move this line, actually I'm going to do a different line. I'll just do it down to here. So now I want to do that line there, and let's just say that I want to change it to a dotted line, because this is my stop loss order. So now let's just say that I don't want to own this anymore if it comes down below this price. So that's 263. Let's say it's 262. So if this comes down, I'm going to put a sell stop. Now this is the difference. If I wanted to buy above, I'm putting a buy stop. It's above the price. If I want to sell, I'm going to put a sell stop below the price. Now that's going to get me out if it goes down to this price and trades a fraction, like half a cent, or 1/10 of a cent below that price. It will be immediately turned into a market order and activated. My sell stop order would be executed at whatever the price that was that it executed at that price right there, or whatever I asked, but as close to as I can get, or as the market could get for me. And so that's pretty much where that goes. So so they're the 5 orders that I use: a market to get in and out, a limit order to pick me up if I'm going to be buying, say, a 50 bounce, for example, on the daily, a buy stop if I want to get in on a red to green, like if it's passing through, bouncing on the 50 and I want to get in red to green, I'm going to put a buy stop order in so that I'm buying above my price. A limit order, buying it lower, yep, as I've said, and so they're basically the 3 that I get in. The market is also how I get out, and the stop limit order is what I use to protect myself if it's going down and I don't want to and I don't want to own it below this price, say, for example. So they're the 5 orders that I do here. So yeah, that's basically it. So now what I would do, I'm going to leave a link to TD Ameritrade, and they do a basic explanation of, listen to the one on Interactive Brokers, and theirs is very detailed, and it's about 2 hours long on how to place it, but it doesn't have to be that long. If you go through and have a look at your order book and then have a look at the different orders you can place, if you just take the information that I've said, like those 5 orders, like the 2 market in and out, going up and down, or the buy stop above your price, or the sell stop below your price, your protection stop, or your limit below your price to get picked up and to activate you into a trade. So there's those 5 that I use all the time, and they're pretty much the only 5 that I use. You can get really, like I used to use one cancels the other, and trailing stops, and all these different variations that different platforms come up with, and some of them are good, but in general, let's not fancy trading. Let's just black and white. Keep it simple. If it's a buy, find a way to get in there. If you want to buy at a particular price, find a way to get in at that particular price. So the simpler you keep it, the easier it is for you to understand it and remember it and execute on that when it needs to be executed on. Okay, so now I don't. Let's just go through some of these here. So yeah, basically I sold MANA, and I'm looking for, if it breaks through this low here, I'm looking for some. I don't know why I got these alerts on down here. It's probably a reason why. That's a 4-hour chart. Let's have a look at the daily and see why I got these alerts on down the bottom here. That one there, I can kind of see that one. Yeah, I can kind of see that one, that low one there. I don't know why I would have had it in the other one. I might just move that one over to there. So yeah, save that. Yeah, so we can see that we've had a significant decline, and it doesn't look like it's going to finish up anytime soon. We've still got weakness in stochastics. We've got, like there's a lot of stuff that's not looking very good there. But hey, this could turn around at any time. This is what we need to think about the market all the time, is that the market can do anything. We just need to position ourselves as best we can for when the market does do something. And so here is Tezos on the daily, and my chart has frozen up and taking a fair while to arrive. All right, I think we're almost ready. Hey, we've moved. Okay, so here, Tezos, yeah, I mean, look at that, from $9 all the way down to $3.15, and that was in September. That was that was like October 4th, it was at its high, and December 4th, it was at its low. So October, November, December. So 8 weeks, and it's gone from $9 down to $3. Um, you know, who knows where it's going to go? Nobody does. So, all we can do is, when the market tells us to do something, we do it and we just follow along. And then, hopefully we end up getting on some of these low ones. And, I don't like trading after this jargon here. Like this here and this here is really messy. And as soon as I saw that it was failing at that time there, I thought this could have have an aggressive decline. So I wanted to be a part of it. But anyway, who knows what's, we'll wait and see. We'll trade the market as the market unfolds. And so here we are, gone, moved up, engulfing pattern to the south, and then this is the one that I went short on. So I went short the next day, and so now it is where it is. So, I don't know where it's going to go to from here. Either the 50, could even go down to these lows here, down to the 120. We'll wait and see. Or it could turn around and head up, but I don't like that reversal there up the top there is looking very negative. This also is looking very negative. It's under all the moving averages, making lower highs, lower lows. If anything, we've found a little bit of support, but we've got increasing volume coming down to this support. We've rejected, 2 dojis at the 50. We've come up with some buying there. Just get rid of that. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of a lot of this stuff. Up, down, making lower highs, lower lows. If we keep on breaking these lows here, so, it's going to be interesting to see where we go. But a consistent flow down like that, at the moment we're trading below the 9, and while it's trading below the 9, I am going to look to add to my short position. And, as soon as it gives me a sell signal and it closes above the 9, like something like this, or like this, I'll get out, or like this, I'll be getting out. And Bitcoin being the last one, yeah, look at that. We're even money on the day, on the start for the day. So, yeah, Bitcoin's not really, it's just a waiting game, really, isn't it? Can't really do too much in between now and when Bitcoin does something. So, at the moment, it's just a slow grinding downwards process. It looks like at this stage, but still we can look back and we can say, hey, there is support there, and there is support there. And there's even a little bit of support there. So, where this finds support, it looks like this is a logical area for it to find support at. But, Bitcoin's done some wild things before. And this is, this is kind of looking like some sort of a head and shoulders kind of a pattern. And usually with the head and shoulders pattern, whatever the high was from here going across, that's what the low is going to be. So, if anything, I would almost consider this would be heading down to the 29,000 mark. Now, don't, I'm not even going to trade that. That's just kind of giving me an idea where, like I think it might, but, the whole idea is not have predictions in the market. Because if this turns around and gives a good breakout candle to the north side from here, like off support, then, we've got to rearrange our positions, and that's all done in one day. What we need to do is just trade what the market tells us to do each day. And at the moment, it's well, if it's trading below the 9 and showing more negative, I'll be going south. Okay, traders, that's 15 minutes in. Thanks very much for your time. I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, if you're really stuck placing a trade, let me know and we'll organise the time. We'll go through your account and we'll actually place a trade on your account. And we'll go through your buttons on your account. Like, even if it's one that I haven't traded before, we'll go through it. We'll find out, we'll look it up and and we'll learn it together. Okay, traders. But by the way, they're all essentially the same. So like if they're too far different from the others, no one's going to go near them. So they've got to be, like that they have to accommodate for traders that haven't traded before too. So all right, traders. Thanks very much for your time. Any questions? Let me know. Otherwise, I'll talk to you again soon. See you.